Hi, Amazing Beauty. Today we're going to be talking about how to lead a very healthy plant-based pregnancy, which is something I experienced myself. I remained completely plant-based during my pregnancy with little Bub, who is also completely plant-based now. He's over 2, and I was able to remain plant-based through my, I'm still breastfeeding, but through the whole process from pregnancy and throughout. So it's something I'm very passionate about sharing because it is something that can be done, and it's a very healthy, wonderful way to approach pregnancy. We know that a lot of toxicity comes into our bodies through the animal food supply. Unfortunately, there's a lot of environmental toxins, a lot of hormones, steroids, all kinds of things bioaccumulate in the flesh of animals, and when we ingest it while we're pregnant, all kinds of heavy metals and toxins enter our body and of course potentially affect our growing child. So it doesn't have to be all or nothing, of course, just like everything we talk about here in Soluna. There is, of course, just feeling what feels right in your body, maybe introducing more plant-based foods, but I just want to share that it is possible to be completely plant-based, as I was and continue to be, and feel amazing. So a couple questions I get a lot. It is, of course, important. It takes about 80,000 calories to build a child over the 10 months that we're pregnant. And of course, our needs shift a little bit during each trimester. And the first trimester is not a huge shift for a lot of people as far as hunger. In fact, a lot of people may lose a little bit of weight in the first trimester. You may find yourself getting more nauseous, but all through, before conception, all the way through breastfeeding, you want to make sure you're taking an amazing prenatal that has the range of B vitamins, vitamin D, folic acid. So these are some important nutrients to look out for, and to make sure that you are taking a whole food based multivitamin prenatal, which is something, of course, I want to create and produce one day, but I don't have one yet. But there's some great ones out there. You also want to make sure that you're getting DHA and EPA, which are not essential fats, but they're created from omega-3 fats. This is essential for baby's brain development. So when I was pregnant, I took an algae-based DHA, EPA separate to my prenatal. Some of them have the DHA, but the prenatals that I saw that had it, I didn't like some of their ingredients, so I opted to take it separate. But this is also really essential, and you want to make sure that you take one every day. Again, the folic acid comes from your prenatal, but it also comes from dark leafy greens, having your glowing green smoothie. Sometimes for us pregnant mamas, you may not feel like having smoothies during the first trimester. Hopefully that comes back. But if not, take your prenatal, do your best. But dark leafy greens, vegetables in general, asparagus, broccoli, bananas, these are also great sources of folic acid. And this is an essential nutrient for healthy children. I talked about vitamin D, which can come from supplementation. I walked a lot when I was pregnant. I did beach walks. I did not do my asana yoga practice. So just getting some sunlight on your limbs is really healthy. It just ensures that we stay strong, our bones are strong, we have the right structure. Hormonally speaking, we stay nice and balanced. So having some sunlight, I think, is also ideal world would be optimal during pregnancy. But of course, there's supplementation. Now let's talk about fiber. Super important. A lot of mamas get constipated, or their digestion gets thrown off when being pregnant. So you want to make sure that you're having enough fiber, lots of plant-based foods. This is where the power of the plant-based diet comes in as well. Healthy carbohydrates. Oats are also really fantastic, especially for breastfeeding. The gluten-free grains, quinoa, which is technically a seed, but millet, brown rice, all these amazing plant foods can be wonderful when you're pregnant. I had a lot of gluten-free pasta myself that just felt really good. It felt very nourishing. I didn't get sick from it. So you just have to really feel it out for your pregnancy. And finally, I want to talk about, and the calcium, another thing I want to mention, which is really high in plant foods like black beans, lentils, kale, butternut squash. So you want to make sure that you're eating a wide variety of plant foods through your pregnancy. Last but not least is protein, which is a huge a lot of misconceptions around protein, let's say. So the average woman needs about 40 to 50 grams of protein, let's say. When you're pregnant, you need about 70. But it's very, very easy to have another power protein smoothie, to be more conscious, to eat more lentils, to eat more nuts, more almond butter, which I had quite a bit of when I was pregnant. So I'm going to include below in the transcript a sample plant-based pregnancy plan where you can see how easy it is. I wrote it out here, something like having chia pudding and collard green wraps and a kale salad and lentil soup adds up to 81 grams of protein. So it's very, very easy with some consciousness, some thought into creating an easy to follow plan where not only are you getting the nutrients you need, you're getting the protein, you're getting the calcium, but you're also not taking in the toxicity. So you're staying really clean. Baby is in a very safe, nourishing environment where he or she can grow and have all this amazing intelligence happening, but not the interference of chemicals and things that interfere with the natural health of all of us, and especially, and of course, including growing babies. So being all plant-based or largely plant-based while you're pregnant is something I highly, highly recommend. I had an amazing experience, something we can continue to talk about more in the community, but I just want you to know it's possible. I know there's a lot of mainstream thought and scares, tactics and fear around, oh no, you really need to have this when you're pregnant, and again, just from my standpoint, it's not true. You can really have a beautiful pregnancy that's plant-based, very healthy, where you feel amazing. So there's more resources you can explore around Saluna and Honeybee about lactation foods, more pregnancy articles, but I wanted to have this special time together to talk about this, and again, below you can see the sample meal plan. So sending you so much love, beauty. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you back here very soon. Lots of love. Bye.